Good morning. I just got done with my run and getting some water. I did my run inside. Uh, Still not trusting the air outside. We're having so it's July 19th, and we've had a couple of days of smoky weather from wildfires in northern Minnesota and Canada. And it doesn't just fill the air with wood smoke, it's other things that are burning as well. And you don't want to run in that. So, this is a maybe 20-minute, maybe 30-minute post-run yoga. So I like to do yoga, run yoga. And so this is, maybe I did yoga, but run yoga definitely. So I did a little bit of a warm up, and then I kind of warmed up while I was on the treadmill, uh, a dynamic warm up. All right. So first yoga move is take off your shoes. Uh, Put them out of the way so you don't accidentally step on them when you're doing your yoga. No socks for yoga. It does look like a beautiful day outside, so I do hope to get outside. All right, there's my yoga. Wonderful, wonderful. So this type of yoga crosses over into what I think of as exercise yoga. So it's yoga moves, but it kind of really stretches the boundaries of what I think yoga is. But you can still have all of those yoga qualities to it. So the thing that I like to think of as yoga is the integration of mind, breath, and movement. So when we're coming down and using yoga as a tool to finish our workout, we can still treat it as yoga. So let's get into a comfortable seated position. I'm going to sit, excuse me, I'm going to sit in a thunderbolt position. So thunderbolt is I'm sitting on my thighs, on my calves. Heels are close together. My knees are touching. And this is going to stretch out my hamstrings and start to uh, lengthen my calves and my Achilles. I'm also sitting on the top of my feet, so that's stretching out that whole area right in here by the ankle. But we're going to start with some breath work. So I have my hands on my thighs, palms down. So if you join me in this position, I'm just starting to notice the breath. So we're trying to bring the heart rate down and the breathing rate down. And I'm assuming you did a short walk after you got done running. So taking a deep breath through the nose and out through the nose. Now we're going to do some square breathing. So breathe in through the nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Breathe out 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm sorry, hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe normally. Let's take the arms in front, clasp the hands, push your fist forward, stretching out your upper back, and bring the fist in, shoulder blades together, fist out and in, and bring the hands behind, clasp the hands together, pull your shoulders back and down, opening up your chest. Now start to bend at the waist, bringing the arms up, bringing your forehead towards the mat. And bend the elbows, come all the way up. And let's come into a tabletop position at the top of the mat. If at any time you need to grab some water, go right ahead. I have a couple of blocks close to me. Tabletop position, arms over wrists, our shoulders over wrists, hips in line with your knees, tops of the feet on the floor. Fingers are spread wide. Push the mat away. And let's do a couple of cat-cows. So bring the chin up, tilt the pelvis forward. Breathe in. Exhale to cat, tilt the pelvis back, bring the chin to the chest, round the back. So let's do a couple of those at your own pace. Connecting with the breath. And you can still put your mind in your body when we're doing this simple movement. And then come to neutral. Extend the right foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes. This should feel really good. Rolling over the toes, big toe, small toe. Sawing forward, sawing back. Lengthening the muscles in the right leg. Lift the right leg, bring the foot across your body, your leg across the body, placing the toes on the outside of the left side of the mat. And we're stretching that TFL, working on the hip. Push the mat away with your arms, pushing your right heel back in space. And then bring that leg back in and rebend the knee and come back into tabletop. Let's lift the right leg, keep the knee bent, and then bring the knee out to the side as high as you can and bring it back down. One more time, just do 2, and then out to the side and back down. Let's do the same on the other side. Extend the left foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes. That should feel good. Roll over the big toe, small toe, and also sawing forward and back. Lift the left leg, bring it across your body, placing the left toes outside of the right side of the mat. Heel should be vertical, pointing towards the ceiling. Press that heel back in space. You can do some adjustments to to the pose to make it fit your body. And then raise that leg and bring the knee back in line. Raise the left leg, keep the knee bent. Bring the knee out to the side as high as you can. And back down. Knee up in the back. Out to the side. And back down. Roll the toes under, lift the knees, and let's push back into a down dog. Working on our calves. So we're in our down dog. Not worried about your alignment for down dog. Just pedaling the feet back and forth, lengthening the calf muscles and the hamstrings. Bringing maybe the right knee over to the left side and twisting your torso a bit. Left knee over to the right side. You can play with this. All right. Now, let's come up on our tiptoes, look to the top of the mat, tiptoe to the top of the mat. And make your way all the way up, chin on chest, head comes up last. Roll the shoulders back. And come into your Tadasana. Hands at prayer at heart center. Arms out to the side, breathe them in, up overhead. Bend the knees, exhale into a forward fold. And let's come all the way down. I'm going to bring my hands to the mat or the floor in front of me and come up onto my toes. Again, rolling over my toes, rolling forward and back. Maybe doing a little bounce. I'm going to put my hands right next to my feet at the top of my mat. So I'm right at the top of my mat. And I'm going to extend my left leg to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. So back leg is long and strong, front leg is at a 90 degrees. I can place my left hand on a block or on the mat. Bring the right arm out to the side and up like a clock hand, going up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, opening up to the right side. And then bring that arm all the way back, pointing to the back wall and all the way down, again like a clock, coming down by your ankle and then collecting the left hand and coming up into crescent pose. Ground the back heel and inch your back leg in a little bit and then straighten the front leg, coming into pyramid pose, starting to bend at the waist and bringing your nose towards your knee if you need the blocks for stability. Now, the hips. Hips are square to the mat, so place your right hand on the top of your right hip and pull it back in space. There you go. So that your hips are in line with the mat. And bringing your nose towards that knee. Straightening the right leg to the extent that you can. Doesn't need to be locked. In fact, I wouldn't lock it out. And taking a deep breath, come all the way up, rebend the front leg. And bring your hands to the top of the mat. Right foot to the back of the mat. And push back into down dog. Come up on your toes. Bring the left knee to your chest. Arch your back. And then bring the left foot to the top of the mat. And we're in that runner's lunge again. If you need that block for your right arm, right hand. Then bring the left arm out to the side like a clock, coming all the way up. Opening up to the left. And then bring that arm back like a clock, pointing to the back wall, coming all the way down, collecting the right hand, coming up into crescent pose. Ground the back heel, inch it in just a titch, straighten the front leg. Place your hand, left hand on that left hip, pull it back, and start to lean forward, squaring your hips to the mat. And one more breath. And on an exhale, come all the way up. Rebend the front leg. And bring the hips to, the hands to the top of the mat. So left leg goes to the back of the mat. Now let's push back into down dog again. Now spread your feet to the outside of the mat. Make a wide triangle with your legs. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet and come into a squat at the back of the mat. Garland pose. Placing your elbows on the inside of your knees, hands come to prayer. Now lift your right heel and lean into your right side. So I'm leaning into my right knee and putting some stretch into my Achilles, into my calf. Bring that down, lift the left heel and lean into the left side. You'll find some resistance there in your calf. Just kind of let it go, let it melt. Come back to center. Let's do the same on the right side one more time. And come back to center. Over to the left side one more time. And come back to center. And just being in the squat is a great stretch. Extend the left arm, so we're straightening the left arm, bringing the left fingertips to the ground, and then opening up to the right, bringing the right arm up, gazing at the thumb if that's in your practice. Bring that down, hands to prayer. Straighten the right arm, bringing the right fingertips to the ground, and then opening up to the left, bringing that left arm up, gazing towards the thumb if it's in your practice, and then bring that back down. And we're back to our squat. So if your heels are not on the ground in a squat, if you're like leaning forward and still on your toes, find a block and put it under your sit bones so you can elevate yourself and bring your feet flat to the floor. All right, let's dump forward, bringing our hands to the mat, knees to the mat. And we're going to come into hero pose, everybody's favorite. So we're still in a tabletop, but I'm bringing my knees wide, my shins wide, and I'm going to sit back and bring my sit bones in between my feet. So I'm not sitting on my feet, I'm sitting on the mat. Again, if you need a block here, you can always put a block underneath your sit bones. But if you don't have the block, you're bringing your sit bones all the way to the mat. Now, right here, this is a stretch. This is an intense stretch, and you don't have to go any further than this. Keeping the spine straight, leaning back just a little bit. I have my hands on my knees just for stability. If you want to bring some more intensity to the stretch, this is what we're going to do. Placing my hands near the tops of my feet, I start to lean back, and I'm noticing my elbows are going towards the mat, and my elbows hit the mat, and they are my foundation. My neck is in neutral. I'm not looking up and looking towards the wall. I'm kind of looking where the wall meets the ceiling. And again, this is pretty intense. But if it's in your practice and you want to bring your shoulder blades to the mat, back of your head to the mat, this is what I do. I grab my ankles. So I'm bringing my hands up to my ankles. My elbows are still on the mat, and I lower myself slowly to the mat, bringing my shoulder blades to the mat and the back of my head. Now, when you're in this position, you really feel the stretch going from your adductors, the inner muscles of your groin, all the way down to your knee. And you feel this a lot in the tops of your feet too, because your feet are being extended and a plantar flexion. Try to relax your upper body. Try to let it melt into the mat. Let's take one more deep breath. And on an exhale, we're going to make our way up. So I have grabbing my ankles, using my elbows and my abs to bring myself up. And then I put my left hand behind me like a piston. That's going to help me come all the way up. So you're coming up nice and slowly. And then lean forward just a little bit. Just to counter that twist or that stretch. And then come back to center. Put your hands in front and come back to our tabletop. And let's cross the ankles, push over the ankles into a seated position. And then start to lower your body all the way to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Back of your head touches the mat last. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Grab your knees with your hands and pull your knees in towards your chest. You can roll side to side, massaging the lower back. And then take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes, coming into happy baby. So pulling the knees towards the ground as you pull your feet towards the ground. Shoulders should be going towards the mat. I think both my shoulders are on the mat. It's in your practice, you can extend your right leg and bring that back in. Extend your left leg. Bring that back in. And then let go of your toes and bring the soles of your feet to the floor. I'm going to grab my blocks, one block. I'm going to place it underneath my sacrum, just above my tailbone, in a comfortable spot. Hands go alongside, palms down. Bring your feet up into tabletop. And then extend the feet to the ceiling, straightening your legs. And let's just pause here. So find a balance point for your legs to where you don't have to think about them, like they're not too far forward, and you're engaging your abs, not too far over your head where it tweaks your back. Just find that nice Lagrange point in between where your legs are just going to float. So we've been running and pounding those feet, and blood has been pooling in the feet, going towards the feet. And your heart has to work harder to circulate that blood from your feet back up to your heart. Start trying to slow the heart rate down and bring blood back towards the torso, towards your heart. In this position, it's easy to drift off and forget where you are, right? It feels like you're floating. Let's bend the knees and slowly bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. Lift your hips, move the block. And then extend your heels to the end of the mat, the corners of the mat. And let's come into our Shavasana. And at the end of a run, Shavasana is really important. Just being still, noticing how your body is fighting to come back to homeostasis, back to whatever your normal is for your body. So bring your mind into your toes, do a scan from your toes all the way up. If you find any tension, just take in a deep breath. Hold for a second and let it go. And you notice that maybe melt a little bit more into the mat. And you don't have to do just one body scan. You can go to the top of your head and turn around and go back down. I've been in some classes where during the Shavasana, the teacher has us thank each part of our body, thanking your feet, thanking your legs, etc. It's an interesting practice. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bring your arms up overhead. Interlock your thumbs. Give yourself a big stretch. And bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Roll over to one side or the other. Doesn't matter. Cradle your head on your bicep. Your bicep is a pillow for your head. Here. Taking a deep breath and slowly make your way up into a seated position. I'm going to use a block to elevate my hips. A short yoga, post-run yoga, bringing hands to prayer, bowing your head, and sealing not only this yoga practice, but also your run as well. So however long your run was, coming into this yoga practice and being grateful for a body that moves. Yeah, keep it moving. That's the name of the game. Taking a deep breath and exhale. Thanks for joining me for this post-run yoga, and I will see you later this week. We have meditation Mondays and Wednesday mornings with the neighbor ladies, and then maybe Friday after work. So see you. Thank you.